Job done, Toby? Bonus point win?
Yeah, can't get more than 5.
Yeah.
So, no, we're very happy with that from an outcome point of view, of course. Like any performance, there's always things we can get better at. I thought we were a little bit sloppy in a couple of areas for parts of the game. Not one specific, but just there was a, and probably what our learnings, and probably Nicky would be the best to verify this, from the last couple of weeks, and the Stormers game is, against the very best, people will penalise you if, the very best, and we're trying to benchmark ourselves against the best, rather than, keep looking down. Let's look up and see what it takes to us to try and become the team we want to be. So I think that there's still good areas to improve, but 5 points is 5 points. The matter of it, the set piece was dominant, which is always great for us. We scored some nice tries, some off the training park, so yeah, happy.
For the playoff positions, all you can do is, at the moment, win 5 points and hope that the results go your way. That's all you can do now, isn't it?
Yeah, again, if we don't, it won't be because of what's happening in these 2 weeks. Obviously if we get what we want, it'll be what's happened previously, and there'll be key moments that we needed to be better at. There'll be certain things, where we might have let a point here and a point there go. So it's a tight league, right? So, the sponsors are great, enjoying it. TV are loving it. You guys are loving it, but we'd rather be in and done and dusted. But that's just not the way it works.
No. Emotional day, Nicky?
Yes and no. I think yes, obviously the last home one, so of course a little bit emotion with the family coming down as well. But no, because we're still in the playoff hunt, and it's great because it's not a dead rubber season for us. We know. I said next week 5 points. That's all that matters now. It was great, and I mentioned it there. We have 50 caps. Fair play to him, battling with injuries. He probably should be a lot higher than he is now, but just shows the determination of him, and I'm sure we'll be up here again celebrating another achievement he'll hit.
But the ovation on 69 minutes when you came off the field, you'll remember that for a while, won't you?
Yeah, that was a surprise. I thought it was my old man just cheering over that. But, it took me off surprise a little bit, but yeah, obviously being a Swansea boy, local boy, that really did mean a lot to me.
Toby, his last game at Swansea, to sum up what Nicky's contributed to the Ospreys?
Well,
in his first spell?
I'll try not to get as emotional as I did pre-game. I just about managed to hold it together. If you're trying to create people that you want Ospreys players to look like, the biggest compliment I can give him is they need to look like him. And, we're pretty confident he'll be back in 12 months now. We wish Nick well, obviously. We've been very deliberate, and it'd be fair to say, Nick, that we'd been in a lot of dialogue about it and very professional about it. He goes with our blessings. He's been an unbelievable servant to the Ospreys, and the attributes that he brings, as both positionally and on the pitch, but around the place, team first, always willing to listen to both sides of everything, call people out if need be, call coaches out if need be, because he cares massively about the place. And those people are very, very special to any organisation, and we're lucky that him and a number of others, but obviously we're talking about Nicky. Nicky is a guy that has represented the Ospreys brilliantly, and what we want the Ospreys of the future to look like.
Thank you. That's fine.
Just a word on Alex then as well. Just Alex Cuthbert on his time at the Ospreys.
I was like that. Where are we going with this?
Sorry, yeah, no.
I don't remember Alex, mate.
Just a word on Alex Cuthbert's time at the Ospreys as well, because obviously he's bringing that time to an end.
Yeah, I mean, when we bought him from Exeter, obviously he hadn't played that much towards the end of the Exeter, and there was one of our challenges was getting Cuffy on the pitch more often. And our medical team and our conditioning team were brilliant about doing that. He played a decent amount of rugby for us, and we have to be really deliberate about it, and it's an advert for everyone. But the trade-off of that is that he pays you back in relation to what he does. He'd be the first to go, that's not good enough. He'd be the first to go. Very similar to Nicky and a number of others that we've got that we're not a team that sugarcoat stuff, right, Nick?
No.
We don't sugarcoat stuff, and we understand that it's the opportunity to get better, and Cuffy's one of those. He was up near the stands for me today, and talking about, well, we need to be more clinical there, and even though he's got every right to disengage, he's not going to play again for us, but he cares enough A to be there, but B to voice opinion, and as you said, that speaks volumes about him.
Yeah, a bit more about the try. You said about one of the tries being from, a couple of the tries being from set plays. The Morgan Morris one round the front, is that a case of space identification, or was that a pre-planned move, or a bit of both?
It was pre-planned, but it helps when the nine's in the bin.
Yeah.
So that really helps us. but you still got to execute it, right? So we did a lot of good things today. When I started up front, we know that the Dragons, for example, are very good at the breakdown. I thought overall, you know, I know they got a couple of penalties early on but we also knew that to get 5 tries, we were going to have to suffer a little bit and suffer a bit on the energy front, and we made a conscious strategic decision that we were going to keep ball in hand more, because we thought that it would pay dividends for us if we made them defend for long periods of time, and it proved to be.
Nicky, that mentioned about that ovation, it seemed to be led by the guys on the bench there, Jack, Morgan, standing up and getting everyone to stand up with alongside him. How much did it mean for you? You've said a bit about it.
I think just as a group is one thing that you can rely on. It's such what a tight group we are, and you mentioned about Cuffy injury, and the first thing that happened, all the boys just surrounded him, made sure he's alright, you know, because at the end of the day is the person first, his family first, making sure he's okay, and we class ourselves as a big family, and that's the reason why it's been, you know, a successful season so far. And yeah, we know, Buffy's already mentioned it, that we probably look back at certain games and moments where we missed this and missed that, but overall I agree that it's just the tightness of the group. That's what starts off well. If the foundation's right, then we sort of excel, and we know we got things to work on, but that tight core group, if the boys carry on like that, you know, the sky's the limit, and this team can do really something special.
Yeah, and could do something special on, well, it's just Cat 189, Cat 119, 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, it's probably 10 more, probably a lot of people saying, but sorry, Dunk's already said he better make sure you come back before I finish. So yeah, look, it's for me, it's great to have a number cap, but probably more importantly, just seeing this group do well, and to win silverware, to see him do that, that'll be a huge honour for me than getting those extra 10 caps.
I think just on the family bit that Nicky talks about, you know, even though those sort of relationships are so important to us, because they get you through tight moments, they get you in the window when you don't have a right to do it. Good example today was, you know, Owen Watkin has to pull out. You know, family first wasn't even a massive game for us. It wasn't even a thought, wasn't even a consideration. And we see the opportunity to give someone, a youngster, a good go, and that's brilliant for him. And you know, we're hoping obviously that situation resolves itself. But we're always, as Nicky says, we are a family, but we're also family first.
Toby, just some thoughts on Jack and Dewi coming back. I guess they carried on from where they left off.
Yeah, I think that they've both got some more in them. You know, to be fair, and nothing beats playing. You know, especially in the positions they play as forwards, it's really, really tough. I think Jack will feel that probably tomorrow about 9:30 when he gets up, and as Dowie did the week before. So, but it's part and parcel of it. You know, they are very, very good rugby players. They're good leaders. They lead by example, and you want your best players around. You know, to deliver when it matters, and you know, having those two back makes a big difference for sure.